Hey everybody, just wanted to come in and with my fresh take on this whole MAGA hat situation with some things that I think we need to all learn in retrospect. Now the first thing we all need to know is something that we should have learned a long time ago, but this time it's worse. Now we should have all learned that the media is the enemy of the American people. Now that was meant hyperbolically, throughout most of the time. The media releases hit pieces on politicians, makes ridiculous, wild, unfounded claims, and whatnot. But they never really threatened the American people too much. However, what we've seen now is that the American media can take an hour and 49-minute long video, and BuzzFeed in particular can take out a small snippet, about 30 seconds, plaster that on the internet and make a libelous story. Yes, I'm using the word libelous story about how this poor, innocent Native American man was approached by a mob of teenagers and harassed. Now, at the moment, people are still sharing this as if that story hasn't been debunked. And not only that, but as far as I'm aware, the kids in question and their school are still receiving death threats and bomb threats. People are still doxing these teenagers for the crime of wearing a MAGA hat in public, in a video in which they were caught sitting on the Lincoln Memorial stairs while black activists hurled homophobic and racial slurs at them, and while Native Americans showed up to intimidate them and also throw racial slurs at them, saying things like, "Go back to Europe." Which brings me to the second thing I think we all need to learn from an event like this, which is that the activists on the left are growing bolder. And I don't mean that in a, oh, they're getting more willing to talk or they're braver. No, they're more open about their hatred, not only of anyone's center left or further right, but of white people and of America. The fact that the people are willing to allow themselves to be manipulated by the media to hate a group of teenagers, when you watch the whole video and you see that a group called the Black Israelites are shouting horrible things to these Native Americans who for some reason decide to help the Black Israelites who are hurling slurs at them. I find it amazing that the people are so weak-willed, either that or hate America and white people so much that they are willing to take such an authoritarian leap into vigilante justice. So, first thing, media is the enemy. We learned that a long time ago, but it's now becoming literal rather than figurative. Leftist activism is becoming bolder and more open about their anti-whiteness and anti-moderate to right-wing. And in addition to that, we also learned, because there were a significant number of right-wing individuals on Twitter and Facebook, prominent right-wing figures who disavowed these teenagers at first thought, as if you needed a reason to turn away from the Republican Party and go libertarian. The Republican Party was willing to throw these teenagers under the bus, or at least parts of it, at the merest hint that they might have done something wrong. That is baffling. I'm not a fan of the Republican Party, don't get me wrong. I rather dislike their authoritarian takes. But you would think that a group of Republicans would see these kids who clearly support their cause and would see them being plastered all over the internet and want to know the whole story before branding them with an iron. You would think that the leadership of America would take interest in what is happening to these children, but these same figureheads of the Republican Party who threw these kids under the bus, most of them are refusing to acknowledge that they made a mistake. I'm sorry that I have been very inactive. I don't think I've released anything since Trump got elected. I kind of didn't feel the need to. But this shit is getting out of control. And it's funny. And I just couldn't help myself. I kind of want to do another podcast for you. I kind of want to interview the kid in the video. I think they're saying his name is Nathan Sandman. So if any of you have any links on that, that'd be appreciated. And maybe soon I'll get to you with an actual scripted video. So, see you on the flip side, and stay sane.